Greetings, fabulous friends. It's your boy, Innocence Killz. And I am here because it's been a long time since my last video, and I'm completely aware of the fact that I changed the name of my channel and never really gave an explanation for it, and then just sort of dipped off the platform for half a year. So this video is going to serve as my explanation for all of that. So first of all, the name change. So there's two factors behind that. The first thing that happened was I got adopted into the drag family of Killz by the patriarch Neurotica Killz here in Denver. So I wanted to take on a new stage name that would honor that. And so I was thinking about what the beginning name would be. And at first I was thinking, like, for a little while there, I just sort of tacked the name Killz onto the end of the name I had before. But Alex the Kid Seymour Killz, it's long and, well, I didn't like the implications of it. Like, the Seymour Killz part especially, like, I don't know, it didn't feel right anymore. But also, having a name like Alex the Kid has attracted some strange attention to me. Like, it makes people see me as kind of a forever kid in a way, which, I mean, yeah, that's the reason for the name, but, like, okay, so to put it this way, right, when I say that, you know, I'm still a kid and that I'll be a kid forever, what I mean is in the sense that, I still enjoy a lot of the same things that I did when I was a kid. I didn't mature past, you know, enjoying things like, well, dolls, for instance, or, like, I still like pretty much all the same music I did, you know, when I was, like, 14 years old. I like other stuff as well, but I never really, like, stopped liking any of those, like, child things, that, you know, I always liked back then. So, I think that for me, Alex the Kid was about reclaiming the fun aspects of youth and kind of like, oh, there's no rules. Like, you know, if you want to, you know, if you are a grown adult and you want to, you know, have rubber ducks and boats in the bathtub with you, why not? Like, but there were some side effects in the sense that it made people kind of in my personal life sometimes, well, not really take me seriously. Like, they would treat me like I actually was, like, 16 years old in certain senses. Like, just sort of, like, try to, you know, kind of condescend to me or, you know, sort of, like, assume that they had, like there was lots of, like, unsolicited advice being handed to me constantly. And so that was a big part of it. But also, like, there was just something about, like, it putting a target on my back. If you call yourself a kid, then, yeah, well, because, okay, so the way that, like, adults treat kids in society, like, there's a lot of, like, lack of agency going on there, and now, for good reason, in the sense that, like, you know, actual kids, you know, can't, like, you know, consent to things like, you know, joining the army or, you know, like, having, you know, plastic surgery or, like, sexual stuff, whatever, like, but, like, I am 27 years old, so that stuff doesn't apply to me, so people would kind of treat me like it did, like, if you're somebody who's 35 and you find me attractive, that is perfectly okay. Like, that does not make you, like, a pedophile or something. Like, and people would kind of treat me like it was. Like, I don't know, like, it led to an infantulation of me that I wasn't looking for. Like, you know, I want people to be part of it with me, you know? I want people to be enjoying, you know, things that they enjoyed, you know, as kids along with me, you know? Like, I want people to, you know, see my performances and, like, or, like, talk to me, just see me, and not think, oh, little boy, you know, I'm gonna, you know, like, oh, you know, you coochie coo little boy, like, I'm gonna, you know, give you unsolicited advice and, you know, treat you like a delicate little flower who can't do anything for yourself. I wanted it to be about, like, you know what? Hot Wheels are still cool. I'm gonna get some. Or, you know what? I'm gonna get a Lego set from Target and, you know, build something, you know? That's what it was supposed to be about. It was supposed to be about destigmatizing liking, you know, juvenile things as an adult. And I just feel like the name Innocence Killz, it just sort of, well, it pays homage to the idea that I was trying to get across in the first place, but also it pays homage to the kind of negative side effect of that. Like, in a way, like, my innocence has caused problems for me. It's caused me to wind up in situations I didn't want to wind up in, and also, you know, the double entendres there. But basically, it was just one night, I was just sort of sitting at a bar, and it just sort of came to me, and then that became my name in that moment. And yeah, like, people have been calling me Innocence in my regular life, as well as, like, in work contexts. And now, Alex is still fine. Alex is not wrong. It's not, like, misgendering me to call me Alex. It's more just that, like, Alex the Kid, I retired the stage persona of Alex the Kid, and Innocence Killz is the stage persona that I'm embodying now. Also, like, I feel like I could be an 85-year-old named Innocence Killz, but, like, it would be hard to get away with being, like, an 85-year-old called Alex the Kid, so I didn't want to, like, be trapped in that. So, that's, like, the explanation behind the name change. Now, as for where I've been, basically a whole lot has happened, since that last video. Since I posted that last video, I've moved 3 times. I've acquired, I've acquired a new day job, as well as quitting that new day job. I started, my own record label, like, small record label, and I started putting out music, which is why the Innocence Killz topic page appeared. I started, running karaoke 2 nights a week in Denver. And then, of course, like, the drag performances. So basically, a lot has been happening. Oh, yeah, and I am in a new relationship as well, which, it's not quite time for me to tell you, public, YouTube world, anything about that. But, you know, we'll get there. Eventually we'll get there. But basically, that's where I've been. So everything's been good. I am quite happy in where my life is. Right now, this new background that I'm in, it's my first solo apartment. I've always had roommates before, and this is my first time not having roommates, and it's in, like, a part of downtown Denver that I do love quite a lot. I can walk to the venue that I host karaoke at. So I do hope to be more active on here the way that I used to be. That is a goal, and this is basically me telling you guys that I am going to try my damnedest to make sure that I don't have another, long disappearance like that again. Now that my life is more stable, I think it'll be easier for me to sort of make that happen. And basically, in terms of my content, I'm just going to keep doing what I've always been doing, which is pretty much whatever I think I want to do or needs to be done. I'm also always willing to talk to you guys about anything that you want me to talk about. I've noticed a lot of comments lately have been coming up on my how I got facial hair without testosterone video from a few years ago. I, at this point, obviously have been on testosterone for a couple of years. Like, the updates are on this channel. So, I don't really think that I have much more to add on that subject because, well, I stopped using those products once I got on T, so, it's kind of one of those things where, like, yeah, it worked for me in the time that I was in, and I used minoxidil on my face twice a day, and, I took the appropriate amount of biotin for somebody of my height and weight, and, like, body type. That will change, for each of you, so basically, as far as that goes, what I would say is, you know your own body better than I do, so, use your best judgment. If you are a smaller person, you don't need as much of the biotin. If you are a larger person, you do need a little bit more, but, like, you have to talk to your own, you have to talk to your own, doctors and support systems and, figure out exactly what's best, or at the very least, do your own research about what is the appropriate dosage based on your specific measurements. And then, as far as the minoxidil goes, well, it's the generic name of Rogaine, so, that's really kind of nothing new. Cis guys have been using it forever, pretty much. Well, not forever, but, since it, came into existence, it's been a thing that cis guys have used. So, it was just kind of one of those things where it's like, well, if this can make hair grow on a person's head, I'll bet I can get hair to grow on my face. But I also did have a higher level of testosterone to begin with, so, that's another factor, is that I was more predisposed to being able to grow facial hair than somebody with a lower T level, so it's not going to work for everybody. And I don't really think that there's anything else that I need to address in this video right now. Oh, one more thing. I am changing, of course, my intro. I'm changing it to, well, I'm going to stop calling you fuckers and start calling you fabulous friends because, I want this channel to be, more positive overall. And that said, later, fabulous friends.